Okay, y'all can be like, what's up, everybody? Listen, this is the Let's Talk Show. We care, we listen, and we try our best to help you guys. I know you guys see a new face to the left of me.
What's up? What's up?
Black. And y'all know my fellow awesome co-host. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing good.
Doing great.
How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. Y'all, we have a little bit of technical difficulty, so y'all can blame me tonight for the show.
We don't have to blame you.
Now y'all know next week it's gonna be somebody else, and I'm just gonna be pointing fingers to y'all.
Well,
it wasn't his fault. He had something looking right.
It was you.
And y'all, we got.
It was
sorry.
I guess I'll take it for tonight, y'all. And I don't even know what we on right now on the stream. We might be on Facebook or YouTube. I'm not even sure. But y'all, my sister is chopping up today. We got tacos. Y'all afraid of
burritos, tacos, all that.
Are y'all afraid of jalapenos?
No.
Okay, y'all. So since we did have a little bit technical difficulties, we're gonna share it. So give us about 15 seconds. Okay?
Now let's cut it down.
We're gonna share a little bit because we can't share behind the screen tonight. Okay. Get them shares together. Hey, Toya.
Oh my God, we're going live MST on TLT with my
Hey,
girls. Are we here? Yeah, we here. Yeah, we here.
Oh, girl.
Y'all better show up. Stop me. Oh my God, we're
Okay, so y'all
live.
ready to this? Did they update Facebook?
Yes.
Oh my God, y'all be going live and it's on period. Like,
Okay.
yeah, you got the girl back here. You got the girl, King Almond for real, in the building. You got your boy, Joe.
You gotta be always got that one answer.
You
Gotta be.
How are you? It's okay.
Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna have to. Somebody got to pull up the YouTube.
Okay, now I shouldn't have did all that. Just hot. Do
Well,
I have enough time to go cut my sleeves?
Lord have mercy.
I would have ate it with
Well, let me get my drink together before you do any of that, so I can just sip. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna be on Facebook Live. Oh yeah, she said Miss Toya Davis said.
This not YouTube?
Yes, Facebook and YouTube. Go.
Oh.
We're finna get ready to get started.
Because I ain't got no Facebook. Y'all know I ain't popping on Facebook. I'm popping on Instagram, Twitter.
Whatever you popping on, just share.
TikTok.
share it, little boy.
I got 28,000 on TikTok. Is that what we doing?
Right.
But
We're gonna talk about that tonight too. These followers and all that
yes,
stuff.
and tonight I'm telling y'all right now, y'all better not text me and tell about some. I went to the live and you started 30 minutes late, so I had to go somewhere. We got 7 people watching, but we need to get that up.
It's all right. It's all right. Jordan started small too.
Oh yeah.
It's all right.
Now,
It's all good though.
and it's finna say
Period.
well, you guys, we have Black. I love the way he says his name is BLAQ. That's how he said it.
Right.
You gotta say it like that. Y'all, if y'all don't know who Black is a rapper. He's a producer. He's a host. Like, he got his stuff together. He actually my gay dad. So anytime I need, a little advice, and it's not from Alicia or Isaiah, it's definitely Black. I call him. Even if it's something about me for a car, I'm gonna call you about car situations.
Car situation.
Boy talk. I say boy talk because I'm single. I ain't trying to get in no relationship, right?
Boy talk so girl.
Boy talk so girl. Ooh. It's the boy talk or the girl talk. Because y'all know I have. We don't talk about that either. But so we're gonna just want to get a little bit. You want to know a little bit about you before we start. And so Isaiah's gonna cut his music down. So what age did you start rapping?
I actually started like publicly rapping at the age of 13. I started in church, but I just had a gift for poetry, and I turned it, hit it, put it with a beat in it, made a difference. So, yeah, 13.
You started at 13, so that's a young age. So like you already set yourself aside like, hey, I'm not gonna be in the streets. I'm not gonna be with all that drama. I'm gonna change my life up, and I'm trying to go up there to the top.
Well,
so,
my mama did that for me.
She did.
So it was
strong.
I grew up in the country, right? I grew up in the country. We lived in the city of Dublin, Georgia at first, but then, you know, my mom moved us to the country because there was a lot of stuff that I was getting exposed to that she didn't want, you know, she didn't want me to go down the wrong path. Like, my dad's family or whatever, most of them were kind of, well, they saved now, but most of them were kind of drug dealers. You know, my dad was a big time drug dealer. And most of them were caught up in the street life. So my mom didn't want me to have that life, so she moved me to the country. And when she moved to the country, she kind of just, you know, sheltered us a little bit. So church was like my go-to. And I started rapping, and that's how I got.
And then you said something like drug dealers. I mean, drug dealers can really impact us. So if our parents don't get us out there, we can be, you know, we can be druggers or drug habits and all that stuff. My sister's gonna pass a sample plate around, so we're gonna test out the sampler plate of the taco.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, you can just pass it around to it.
It looked like a little tortilla.
Okay. You said this, so what?
Yeah.
Pass it.
Oh, okay.
Bring it down.
Oh, she ate
I'll let you get this.
You're so sweet.
You can bring it mine.
You're so sweet.
And bring it extra one over for them? You sure? Okay. Right on. Y'all can buy it if y'all want to do it.
Good.
I mean, plenty for eat it.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. Wait.
You want to eat it collectively?
Y'all, tonight we have Ricardo with us. Ricardo, put your face in the camera one time. Just come across the screen. Okay, look, he got a little put a little face in it.
So can we all buy the same time?
Yeah, I mean, once I get mine, this y'all just
She looks really good.
I mean, if y'all want to take a bite, y'all can.
I mean, I'm not gonna be rude.
Because I really want to bite it so bad.
I really do, because John do look like an
So bad.
And y'all, please forgive us tonight because we will not have anything on the screen, but I promise y'all next show we have something on the
He's
screen.
lying.
You know what? I'm gonna put that little part on this. I'm gonna put that little part on this.
Been ready.
Y'all have y'all own thing up?
No.
Okay. I'll send it to y'all. Make sure y'all get it. It should be in a regular text.
Jesus Christ.
Y'all are silly. I love it.
Okay, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to be here though on this food, but
Child, take a bite then.
What's people saying? I can't read it.
what are the
Carlo,
people
you
saying?
gotta read what people are saying for us. It's like they're talking in a little chat box.
What are they talking about?
They talking in the little chat box.
I need to start from the top.
Oh my God! Is it 10 people here already? Oh my God!
She said, got that age, Ricardo. I see you, boo. That drill place said, Ricardo. I see you.
Period.
Like now?
Yeah.
Everybody said, hey y'all, I told you Davis, said, hey y'all, I know y'all getting those, the share button going on. And then you got Breezy B said they missed y'all.
Okay.
That's Andrea.
Andrea, make sure you share the live, Andrea.
That's my
Ooh, she bringing out food. She bringing out food.
Oh, yes.
We love Andrea.
So go bite now.
Wait till it's, ooh, mine's hot. Mine's fresh off the stove.
Okay, you got
I think y'all,
Oh, just ours is lukewarm.
right.
Ours is not hot like mine.
We had to wait on you.
First thing like,
Real messy, you guys. Have a nice report.
you know, it's the bougie one for me.
Oh,
Can I come a napkin and pour it?
right.
Okay, this is good.
So he said, I want one.
Did y'all get y'all food?
Okay. No, we're talking on the camera.
It's nasty.
No, it's good. She said, let me over here. Let me say,
Why you gonna call yourself out like that? So
it's good. So y'all, we're gonna move on with the next question.
Even though I'm a little sour.
I did. Next question.
Don't give her too much.
What inspired you on your beat single, like the one for the TikTok little sensational like video?
So my new lead single is Cool. It's a remix actually. What inspired me for that song was I actually had a best friend who I was in a group with last year, early 2020, and me and him began beefing. So the purpose of that, it was kind of like a diss record in a way, but I mean, I did a lot with that song.
Not a diss record.
It was a diss record in the beginning. So now I actually asked my homeboy Chris Easley to be on it or whatever like that. He killed it. So it turned into, it's still a diss record, but it's not necessarily towards something. It's more so towards the people who said I wasn't gonna make it. Like, I like the fact that I'm the type of guy who doesn't have over 10,000 followers, who doesn't have all that stuff, but yet behind the scenes, I'm still working and doing stuff with my life. You know what I'm saying?
Still that girl behind the scenes.
Right. So I don't need the forefront. I got the back end. So my leading single has a lot to do with that.
Yeah. Correct. And you and Chris, how many songs do y'all have together?
Me and Chris have 2 songs out there. One on SoundCloud.
Y'all got a bounce song too.
No, we don't.
Y'all don't. Y'all have like a.
I got a song by myself. You talk about Bounce That or either No More.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on my album too.
That's
just me.
That's the one.
But me and Chris got some more work. Me and Chris got some more stuff coming though, and it's gonna be dope. We're gonna do like a City Boys album.
Okay, I'll hop on the track because y'all know I'm trying to be like a rap. I'm trying to be everything.
Oh, Carisha, please. Carisha, please.
I'll bounce stage.
Stuff like that. You so silly.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna be the hype person now.
Right, that's it.
You're gonna just give him a little ad-lib.
I'll give him a couple now.
Give me just.
I'll give you something to do. I'll give you
A little
something.
ad-lib. Yay.
Right.
Hey.
Right.
Simple.
Yo, say, yo, that was me. I was on that. Yeah.
And then right. We'll move on for that.
So we're gonna move on for that one. I guess.
Oh. Good.
So, who is your dream artist to collab with?
I got 2, Mulatto and the Baby. And the reason why I say Mulatto because she gives that hood girl. I came from nothing, now I'm supervised. That's very private with her life. Like even from the new album that she just a single. I think she just dropped a single. It's about her name change.
Yeah.
And it's like so many people trying to figure out what she is doing, and I can relate to that. You know, because people figure out who I am. Like I even had an incident yesterday on a live that me and him was on, and people saying, "Oh, you're nobody. You're this and the third." No, you're trying to figure out who I am and what I'm doing. But because I'm not publicly speaking about what I'm doing, you have a problem with that. And I kind of relate to Mulatto on that. Like they even saying like she's sleeping with a rapper, but you never know who she's sleeping with.
They're trying to find out who
You never know.
There's lots of single rappers out here.
I mean, it's a lot. We can attest, but you know, I mean, she keeps her life very private, and I love that.
But that's very in the rap culture, like
Yeah.
girls, they always think.
But a lot of people, they want to put it on the forefront. Like I'm sleeping with this person, that person, but she's like,
she's not that type.
no, I'm not doing that.
But y'all trying to picture it. Like,
Exactly. And the Baby, he just gives you that soft boy, raw vibes. Like, I'm street, but I can also he kind of remind me, I would say T.I. back in the day type stuff. Like, I can give you hood, but I can also give you education at the same time. So I really fuck with it.
I love it.
I really like that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
And you said, playing that back role. A lot of people feel like you have to be, front center all the time.
You don't.
Just
There's more money behind the scenes than it is in front of the
I was
camera.
just about to say, because
See, people don't know that.
you're going to have to be the front camera to be the big baller.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people that are ballers are the ones that are secretly doing
Behind the
something.
scenes.
So,
What Mulatto say, girl? New crib, new wheel, new name.
All
I'm
that.
good.
I love what you
That's
say,
what she
big
said.
lotto. Like, that's
Big Lotto.
Big lotto.
That's why I say Big
The
Black.
big.
If y'all go to my Instagram, you will see I have it on my Instagram, Big Black. Big BLAQ. So I look at it.
So who do you hope your music reach? Like, is it one genre? Is it just like black people? Like
I
what are you
want
trying
my
to do?
music. I want my music to reach everybody. Even on my journey, starting back rapping last year, I got in contact with when I first did my first video. Actually, I did it in Panama, and I connected with some white people. I connected with black people. I connected with gay people, and I connected with straight people. So I want my music to reach everybody because I have a story to tell, and it's not just for one community. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love my community, don't get me wrong. I love everything about my community, but it's not just for them. I want to break barriers. I want to be that gay guy who is not rapping just about gay things.
Or for the community.
Or for the community. I want to give a girl something she can shake her behind too, but I also want to give a child something that he can think about. And be like, bro, I'm going through this right now. This man came out of it, so this is how I'm gonna do it. And I have a song, and to be honest with you, it's the lowest played song out of all the music that I have. It's called Angel Wings, and it talks about this kid who was molested by his dad. And then I have another verse on it, and it's talking about a girl who was raped by somebody she called her boyfriend, and it messed up internally to the point where she started using drugs to cope with the pain. So I know it's a lot of people who deal with that type of stuff. So I want to touch everybody. I don't just want to touch my community. Right.
That's motivational right there. It's like, you know, me, you know, I have a business for that person, so it's like I want to reach all because if we're gonna be small-minded people, you know, we're gonna reach a small community.
We have a small-minded community right now.
Right, we're trying to be international people.
Like, cause you remember when Mulatto was like, she did that little thing for the Christmas bash where she was giving out.
Well, she did a video
she
for
said,
it.
I only got half a meal off of that, but it's the stuff that y'all talking about popping the pussy by doing that and this, but y'all making that hit.
Right.
But I'm doing something nice.
And it's all because people are small-minded now. They're not thinking. It's like sex sells the most. Yeah. And true, I'm all for a coin. Don't get me wrong. I'm all for a coin. But at the same time, you want the message to be heard because, honestly, from somebody who comes from a church background, I have dealt with so many people, and I even have a best friend who me and her talk about this a lot. She's like, she wants some substance out of her life. She doesn't just want what's going to sell and what's going to do this or just make me feel good for a moment. She wants something that's actually going to get her through some stuff. And a lot of people, they ain't trying to do that. They just want a coin.
And that's what Alicia said. We had an event with Alicia, and Alicia was saying, and Alicia was saying that, and Alicia was saying that, you know, all the good stuff don't get seen. A lot of the good stuff, hey, a lot of the good, you know, stuff don't get seen all the time. And I think that's, you know, that's something.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
What the comment saying?
Give my burrito. Can I have
Girl,
my burrito? You just took my burrito. I thought we were done eating.
Where can they find your music at?
Y'all.
We definitely put it in the comments.
Y'all can find my music on all streaming platforms. I'm on YouTube, Apple Music, Tidal. Yeah, you can type it on TikTok and find it. Instagram, it's on everything. Yeah. So just type in BLAQ. Right now, I think with that name, I'm like the third person in the search bar or whatever. I might be the first person. I ain't even look myself. But if you type in BLAQ, you can either type in Ego, which is my album that I just released, or you can type in Blackout. That was the album I released last year. And you find all my music. Yup.
What question is it?
Somebody question.
Is it my question?
It might be.
Okay. So you know, you say you like Big Lotto, you like the baby. So what's a good rapper that you wouldn't mind like opening up for, like for a music concert?
Definitely the baby.
The baby.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, that'll put me in front of a different audience.
Yeah.
A big guy, even though I've been there already, but with who he is, his brand, it'll put me more in front of the people who I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of them really don't know that I rap. They don't know what my music sounds like. But because they think, I'm gay or whatever, like they think, oh, he rap about the same gay stuff or whatever. Like that.
I think that'd be a plus, for your industry too, because you'll be outside of the community.
Exactly.
Because Cause the baby got all types of
He got all type of people who love him, not because
he's preachers even down.
right, not because he's a handsome guy, because he is a handsome guy, but at the same time, he got a lot of people who fool with him because he gives that raw bad boy.
Well, I won't be the guy to walk up to. Well, you can. I won't be the guy
I'll
to
walk up to him.
I'm
very comfortable.
I feel like he's real. I feel like you get him misconstrued. I feel like he's real nice.
He
He's probably real
He
nice.
is.
You just can't go out
He
with one
is,
certain
bro.
things or
I think he has a short temper, but that's only when you play with the certain
Yeah.
things that which we value too. He has a daughter. You play with his daughter, you got a problem. You play with his money, you got a problem. You play with his time, we got a problem. He's that type of person. It's just like we are. We still don't.
But what would you say for like a famous person that's on his statue? To like, how would you go walk up to people like that? Because most of the time they don't want to be walked up to because
It just
the scenery.
depends. I'm big on energy. So you wouldn't want to approach somebody like him after a show. So, because I wouldn't want nobody to be approaching me after a show, and I'm here right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's aggravating, you know what I'm saying? And I don't mean to, sometimes I don't really mean to be rude or whatever like that. You know, I just like I'm tired.
Right.
But some artists, they fake that in order to, you know, keep
they positive.
right, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't do it.
You gonna tell the truth?
I wouldn't walk up to him and man, I'm tired, y'all. But keep it moving.
Before we move on to the next question, I just want to ask you this: how do you feel social media has impacted the music industry? Like, do you think social media gives us a plus? You know, back in the day, you just passed out the CDs and all that stuff. So now we put it on Instagram, TikTok, all that extra stuff.
Boost your brand.
I feel like it definitely has done that. Boost your brand. And social media has a big impact on everything that everybody do, even with a talk show or modeling or anything that we're doing. Like, social media that's the way to get it to everybody the quickest. You know what I'm saying? You can say, okay, hey, be out on the streets selling CDs or giving out CDs, but to be honest, we don't listen to CDs.
No more.
They're making cars without CD players.
But it's crazy because like what Nikki does say is that it's crazy that in this time and generation you have to give your audience something.
You do.
Like as in like it could be like a promo or something like that just for them to buy or see into your brand or something going on, which is stupid. Because now these days these rappers and stuff like that gotta sell jackets and all these merch just for them to get people to come to their show. Which is stupid.
I feel like merch branding is good though.
Merch is very good.
Merch is good, but at the same time, it shouldn't have to be me giving out merch for you to come listen to what I love to do.
I mean, you shouldn't have to, but at the same time, it's a form of putting yourself out there. True. Because when you get somebody to put on your clothing, that's for one, that's a true supporter.
Yeah.
And then if it's dope clothing, I'm gonna want to know where you got it from. So in turn, if I don't know who you are, but you have this clothing that's nice, I'm gonna research who you are, and I might hear something that I like out of your music.
I think my biggest thing is, you speaking on the promotion thing. I feel like if we're gonna promote the real, because it's a lot of Instagrammers that go live and be like, I'm finna follow y'all back. If I'm finna follow the first, no, y'all not finna follow. I'm finna give away certain,
I'm the type of person I ain't
cash out.
I'm not gonna follow. I'm be like, I only follow people I know, and that should be in trouble. I'm the type of person when somebody asks me, can you follow me?
It depends. The way I look at it as, it depends on your energy. If you come to me, like if I'm on your live or something like that, and I have somebody who's, hey Black, how you doing, or whatever like that, and they always got something positive to say when I see them on the live or something like that, I'm gonna follow that person because you never know what day I may be having, and they can send me a message that changed my whole life. Yes. Like, I don't talk to everybody about the things that I go through, so I could be going through it at the house, and this person that I don't even know just send me a simple message. Like, one lady actually used to do that. She's from New York, and her name, I want to say, her last name is Payne. Mm-hmm. Her first name starts with a T. But she used to send me morning inspirations every single morning.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Every single morning, just send them out the blue and stuff like that. And I'd be like, you know what, I needed that. Because it'd be days where doing this and building your own brand is hard. Yeah. So it'd be days where I wake up like, girl, I don't even want to do this. Like, I'm tired. Like, I don't see it going nowhere right now. I just don't want to do it. But people like that is the reason why I do what I do.
Hello.
Speaking of social media, so how do you approach the negative comments? Like, sometimes I have a hard time.
I didn't see it.
What?
No, I didn't see it.
See what?
I'm that petty. I didn't see it.
Oh.
You so stupid. If I had to say petty.
Alicia, what you do about the negative people? Like, how do you feel about the negative people when they come to you, talking to you?
Unfortunately, I don't get negative comments.
Hello.
So I feel like y'all.
Somebody who does get negative comments, like
wanna be you.
even yesterday, I don't have a problem with nobody. So I kind of dissect those negative comments to see why you're feeling that way, or you know what's going on there. And the person who sent the negative comment, you're mad about an issue that I moved past. You're almost 40 years old. You need to move past it too, baby. I'm just 30. You need to move past it. So when other people who I don't know, they say little stuff or whatever like that, I may joke back with them. I may say something that make them laugh. Like, most of the time, they be like, I like you. Because you don't let the negative stuff bother you. Baby, I look in the mirror every day and I tell myself I'm handsome. I know I got a lazy eye, baby. I own that. I know I'm on the thicker side. I own that. So there's nothing nobody can say to bring me down unless I allow it to bring me down. You feel me?
So you're saying, just keep yourself motivated.
Right.
And even if you have the negative comments, don't even respond back.
But sometimes
I don't see the comments. That's what y'all said. I see them sometimes. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
But there's 3 ways in them too. There's like 3 different ways. And you got criticism, you got a question that if a person's asking a question, you got some people that just come off for it.
Yeah.
There's a way to go about the situation. I had a person that come to my DMs and say, "Are you gay?" But they wasn't trying to probably come at a harmful way. I don't know if he was or not. So I just laughed at it and said, "Yeah."
Yeah, right.
I mean, I'm not ashamed of what I am.
Right.
So I'm just gonna say, yeah.
I mean,
And somebody else in the comments said, "Oh, that's rude. Why would you ask him something like that?"
I don't get negative comments on social media because I guess I don't put myself out there
To discuss.
To do that.
to
I
get
get that.
to get negative comments. Also, I get negative comments at work from residents or from people just because they're mad at a situation at that time where I didn't do something that they wanted me to do.
Right.
So they'll give you a negative review. So therefore, I get those type of negative comments. Like something towards my career, like as far as social media, I don't get as much negative comments because I don't put myself out there to get some type of reactions out of people.
I think this is the most progress I've been. Like this group of amount of people is the most I've ever had in Austin. Like because I've been trying to, stay private.
Oh,
because
no one's been smiling.
You ain't gonna invite?
Yeah.
That's to be honest with y'all, I feel you. That has nothing. That has nothing to do with y'all personally, but it's about your home. It's protecting your energy and your peace. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all don't have to buy.
It's about
If y'all don't know, we eat a lot on this show. We eat a lot on this show, and I need to stop because I feel like I'm just gaining weight. Y'all can have a little muscle. I hit the gym the other day.
Bro, that's why I'm losing my weight.
I hit the gym the other day.
You ain't gonna have no
Girl, she's hot on you all. And this time I'm not wearing a waist trainer.
But yeah, so like it's nothing against nobody or whatever. It's just like it's a form of your dog is going off.
I'm sorry, y'all. It's not all.
But it's a form of protecting your peace. Like and my mama always told me, you don't have everybody in and out your car. You don't have anybody in and out your house either because people bring spirits.
Mm-hmm.
And you may be asleep one day and then you just waking up in the middle of the damn night wondering what's wrong. It's because you done had an evil spirit off in your house and you don't know who it came from. So that's part of protecting your energy. I get that. I really do. Now, I'm a praying person and I have a very much so praying roommate. So that's something I would never have to worry about. As far as inviting somebody to my house and stuff like that, because whatever you got going on with you, baby, it's gonna stop at the door.
Okay. So
you won't even step foot in the house.
It won't even pass the kitchen.
At all.
Where we eat at.
You won't come in at all.
You should get like a doormat that be like no negative
No demons allowed.
No demons.
No demons allowed.
What would you say was like a message? Have you ever received like a message from like an artist that you know of, like a big artist that's somewhat up there, or have you ever seen about it? Anyone?
Yes, I've had several actually. I don't know if you want me to talk about it or not, but do y'all know Candy from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood? Jay Will.
I have one.
Jay Will. So Jay Will and I are getting ready to do a collab, and it's a remix of one of my songs that I have out now. What You Thought, by the way. And he has said a lot of positive stuff just by me meeting him and knowing who he is. Me and Sydney Starr, we have a good relationship. You know, she's trying to do her artist thing too. So me and her have a great relationship actually.
She just made Bad Girls too, didn't she?
She did. Baddies of Atlanta.
Baddies of Atlanta.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think, who else? Probably when I was younger, the most inspiring person that I met was T-Boz from TLC.
Ooh,
and I actually had the chance to perform for her in church. We was part of the group called C Squad, and it was me and two other guys who I considered my brothers or whatever like that. And we performed for her. And at the time, her boyfriend, Takeo Spikes, he's a retired football player.
You really met T-Boz?
Yes, I have. Listen, I done said I done sat amongst some people. When I tell you God has really blessed me in my life, and there's a lot of stuff that I don't really like to talk about because people think it comes off as boastful, but God has really placed a lot of great people in my life.
I think, you know, what you said the other day on the live, you said, you know, God has allowed us to be around people that we never thought we'd be around.
Yeah, people we used to watch on TV.
Yeah, so
it kind of holds you a little bit.
Yeah, and it motivates you, like it makes you want to go like even harder.
And I'm very humble behind it because I still sit there and think, even with Jay Will, like I was like, bro, I used to watch you on TV about 2-3 years ago. We used to sit in the living room and watch this man on TV. Like, it's crazy. And now I have direct. I can call you or talk to you directly. I don't have to go through nobody. It's like, it's amazing, man. It really is.
So would you say there's a such thing as A-lister, D-lister, C-lister, D-lister?
Celebrities?
Yeah, and celebrities. Like,
Yeah.
There's levels to it.
Yeah.
So, like, that's like, because I ain't gonna lie, if I be like a Beyonce or a Nicki Minaj, I might pass
That's
out.
A-list.
I might pass out.
That's A-list.
And then you got, like, Santana, City Girls. Are they still, like, what would you would put them on, like, a B-list?
I love
like,
Santana and I love City Girls. I would still put them in. I will put them in A-list because from where Santana, and I didn't like him when he first came out. Honestly, I really didn't. But from where he came from
and now
to now, baby, you're doing it. I have no choice but to give you your props. You know what I'm saying? You're doing it. You're breaking barriers. You got a song out with Mulatto, of course, the City Girls, because y'all like best friends, right? You know what I'm saying? So,
he about to get a future from me.
yeah, he about to get a lot of stuff. He keep going. If he do it right, he gonna get a lot of stuff.
That's gonna be T. Okay, now in your work of writing, how do you say you make your work of writing? Like, how do you go about your, like, before you can start writing off something or your script of
most of my stuff, if I'm following your question correctly, most of my stuff is based upon emotion. So when I go through something, I write. When I want something to be heard, I write. When I feel a certain type of way, I write.
Is it like, you know, a certain time of day? Is it like every night I'm like scratching?
You know, I could wake up in the morning, write a song, or either throughout the middle of the day, I could just be riding my car, listen to a beat, like off my album. And y'all probably can tell because they're the two shortest songs on my album. It's Don't Stop and Bounce That. I wrote them in 5 minutes. Both the songs are 5 minutes, because that's how I felt. I was like, shoot, I want to turn up, do this at third. I got these girls.
Black is a good guy. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, his music is phenomenal. You got any more questions? Yeah.
Last question, okay. So the last question is, now, when you do write, like, okay, so like, let's say somebody gave you like a hook, or do you get hooks from people, or would you like take any hooks from anybody?
I would, if it's dope. I would do it.
Because I don't per se, somebody give you a hook is writing your stuff. Most people be like, oh, somebody wrote your stuff.
Yeah, I had one issue like that before, and it was when I was back on the Too Hot radio tour. When I performed for Super Bowl and BET for New Year's.
I seen that.
Right. Right. I had to do a Black Love freestyle. That's back when Black Lives Matter was so popular and jumping like it was. There was this guy who asked me to do a song with him or whatever like that, and I love the beat of the song or whatever like that. I just wasn't sure what direction he was going in with the song. Me and him never actually sat down and put it together or whatever like that. So I had this Black Love freestyle, and I felt like the beat went perfectly for what I wanted to say. Mm-hmm. So I ended up asking him about the song or the beat or whatever like that. He was like, "Yeah, sure, you can use it. Is it going on iTunes or anything like that?" I'm like, "No, it's just something that I'm doing to promote Black Love." Mm-hmm. So I ended up doing it, and I guess he wasn't expecting the song to do as good as it did. And he was like, "Oh, well, I gave you that beat, I this and the third." And I was like, "Well, bro, it's not for profit for me. It's just to say,
just show your creativity.
It's just to show my creativity and say, okay, this is what Black Love is about." That's it. I don't even know.
I feel like that's how you know that God is working, because we might settle for this, but God allows us to reach higher than what we were saying. So I did say last question, but I asked another one. So if there's one thing that you could change about the industry, what would it be? I know there's a lot of hate in the industry, and okay, so sorry about that. So repeat your question again.
Oh, it was just basically like, are you trying to be what the industry is, like every direction that everybody's going in the industry? Or you trying to go in your own lane, your own route?
I'm definitely trying to go in my own lane, because that's why I created my own record label, RT Black Entertainment. And, for y'all to find me on YouTube by that. Basically, what I want to do is give those artists who feel unappreciated a chance. Because you got so many artists out here who are really, really good and very humble.
And what would you say to the other artists out there? Like, something motivational you give?
Just don't stop. Keep going, because it's crazy. If y'all could have seen my life from the beginning of 2020 when the pandemic hit, like to where I am now, you'll be like, wow. Mm-hmm. It was things that I spoke into existence that happened before time. Like I used to work for the Department of Juvenile Justice, and I was a lieutenant. And I used to tell one of my good friends that I'm going to be gone by December, and I'm going to be doing exactly what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. God made a way where I left in June. I struggled a little bit, didn't give up. I got my LLC. I kept going. By September of 2020, I was sitting on this high to where I started getting just stuff thrown at me. People were sending me stuff. I was on Shekinah's and Tiny's pilot that they had with the show that we recorded. I was on there, so I got to sit amongst some celebrities. After that, it connected me with so many other people. I just recently did a project. I'm not gonna say how much it was, but I did a project that's worth a lot of money that I was the creative director for, and I never thought I'd be doing stuff like that. Right. And I just had to keep going and keep going. When you see me, I look like a regular old person who just enjoys life, but I'm actually working, and God is really doing stuff in my life.
And we're gaining popularity. Like, how would you say, like your legal bouts? Like, how do you? I know, we went out and the incident that we had. So just being popular, how does that affect?
I move differently now. I move differently because it's been friends that I had to cut off, and I hated to. The people who were very close to me who even felt the need that I should, because I was going to this different place, that they felt that I should basically share their stuff more or this and third. And what people like to call it is clout chasing. Honestly, I don't like to use those words because, to be honest with you, if you want your stuff to get out here, you're going to clout chase. You're going to do that. You're going to get those people. But you need to work hard for yourself. And my thing is, everybody is not for you the way they say they are. So one thing I did pray about was that God blessed me with a stronger spirit of discernment. So different people who walked out of my life, it was for a reason, because when they walked out, God replaced them with somebody else. True. That was of a higher caliber, and that's going in the direction that I'm going.
So we do have to be careful when we're going out. So Alicia said she keep her strapped and her pepper spray.
I feel it. Alicia, hey, we gotta be like that, honestly.
And Toya Davis said she just posted your song.
Thank you.
Good evening, Miss Jackson. Miss Jackson said good evening, Miss Jackson.
Hey, Mom.
So you guys, listen, that is Black BLAQ Entertainment. Listen, you guys need to follow him on all social medias, all streaming platforms. He's our new co-host. You guys, we're gonna change the floor a little bit. We got some different topics. You know, Isaiah's talking about, fake friends. Alicia's gonna talk about her friend, and Black is gonna talk about some different things. So let's just get into it. Who wanna go first about that?
I'll let Alicia go first. This is a sad one.
I know Alicia.
It's a sad little moment.
What? First, before you start, I just want to thank you for still coming to the show. Even though this
you didn't have to.
Was a struggle for you. So
yeah, I mean, literally these past 2 weeks been extremely rough for me. Everyone knows I'm normally like the life of the party. I'm always happy. I'm always jolly. But when I always say, like, you watch TV, you watch like the first 48 and all that shit like that, and you be like, well, damn, that really happened to them? That's fucked up.
Right.
But then when you have something like that happen to you, it's like a different thing comes along. Like just something you don't even expect.
Right.
To get a call and say someone killed your friend.
Oh wow.
And I'm sitting at work like, what? Like my mind. Even though we just buried him yesterday, it's just, I still hasn't even come to grips with, I'm not going to be able to pick the phone and call them no more. I'm not going to be able to FaceTime. I'm not going to be able to just pop at their house and chill and hang out. Like I said, I was just with them this Sunday before Mother's Day. That Mother's Day Sunday, I was with them at the house. We went Six Flags on Saturday. All that stuff ended up into getting a call on Tuesday saying that Taurus was killed. Over nothing. I feel like it's over nothing. Like I said, I will never truly know what was the reason behind him killing my friend. No one would know is him and Taurus. And Taurus is not here to tell us what happened that morning. So it's always the what ifs, like what was he thinking? Where was he at? If it was just to rob him, then that's what he should have done.
Right.
Just take what you want to take and go about your life, because all that stuff is materialistic. Right. I always tell people, if someone's trying to rob you or anything like that, just give them what they want.
Because they will replace.
Yeah. Materials
can be replaced. Your life cannot be replaced.
Right.
That's something that his mom, his sister, his family were never able to get back. He's never coming back home. All the time we're gonna ever see him again is looking at pictures or old videos, or just even going to his gravesite and just sitting there talking. Yeah, like
that's him on your
that's him on my shirt. To you this evening.
It's a cute picture. It's a really cute picture.
That's on my shirt. Because Taurus was a good friend. He was a good gay mother. He was a good brother. He was a good uncle. He was just And overall, he had a good spirit about him.
Right.
And you know, Taj, everyone knows that he also has a mouth on him too. It can be a little messy at times, but even through all the mess, he would still give you the shirt off his back. You know, if it was in his willpower to help, he would do it. He wasn't the type person to just do. He also teach it. So he was always about, you know, getting money, make sure you have. And it was our relationship grew so much outside of the ballroom spec, like everyone knows I'm in ballroom.
That's cool.
Yeah, and we don't know I'm in the ballroom scene that if it wasn't for Tarks, I wouldn't even be in the scene because I'm a very chill, laid back, stay to myself type person. I go and go home and that's all I want. So if it wasn't for Tarks, I wouldn't be even in the ballroom scene. I won't be able to. Yeah, I don't feel like just in general I'll put myself out there even more. But now I feel like I have something to not say to live up to, but something to walk for.
Right.
You know, because I can just hear him saying, "Oh, bitch, this category is calling for this, so I need to."
Okay.
You know, where you hear like this, don't. You know, I'm gonna miss the fact every time I FaceTime, you always say, "Would you want your drag queen?" It's just
It's certain things.
Yeah, like certain things that I'm never ever.
But see, I feel like when you are that close with people like that and they have such a great impact on your life like that, it's time for you to give that. Somewhere it's like, okay, I need you, and you're gonna find yourself doing the same stuff that he did to them.
I feel like, when someone, passes and stuff, I just feel like they don't want us to like suffer, you know what I'm saying? They want us, to still be happy.
Yeah, they don't want to be upset like that. Yeah, because I mean, for one, they ain't down here dealing with the stuff that we dealing with, regardless of how it happened. They're not dealing with the stuff that we're dealing with no more.
I just feel like, just being a part of the community, some people know, some people, I don't know, but I'm just saying, being a part of the community, I feel like every day, we should be happy. We should be even happier to live because it can easily be taken away because a lot of things, happen.
Right.
And, wow, that's so sad. So hard to move on from there, right?
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right, though. It's all right. It's all right.
Just cut the power switch off. It's on the ring.
You don't know where it's at?
I'm sorry.
Hey, you guys. Hey.
So, it's the burrito for me, y'all. It's the burrito for me.
This how we're gonna do when we get
Yeah, we're gonna get a team together too, so we can start it. So I can put us get everything.
When we be on TV.
When we be on TV, y'all. Okay. So, Isaiah, what's your topic?
My topic's fake friends. Love fake friends, don't we? Okay, so there were some things, that passed in the. We gonna leave her back in the past now, because me and this special someone kind of already resolved that, so I'm gonna leave them issues behind. But you do have fake. It's not gonna work. But hey, like I was saying, you guys sometimes, you have a little friend, especially when they're your main friend, and y'all hang out all the time. That's your main friend. And yeah,
She good. So, okay, y'all. So my thing is this. With fake friends, I feel like, I want y'all to, hop in.
And also, don't lie to me first. That's also another thing. I don't like liars. I don't like liars. I am a little bipolar. I will bush you in your mouth. Don't lie.
So my thing is, Honestly, you know, if a friend continues to call you and you don't pick up.
What if I was in a hospital? I might.
But I used on phone like 3 times before already.
No, I didn't.
Still so bad.
Hello.
Okay, so one time I was asleep.
If a friend calls you back to back like that, you need to answer
The phone, because that means something must be
Something
hurt.
wrong.
Yeah.
I fell down the darn steps.
Oh girl, nah, I would have stayed asleep for that.
But I'm just saying.
That's tea. That's tea. If you fell out of the damn steps, I would have stayed asleep for that too. I'm just saying. But I mean, you answer the phone.
But then, okay, so here's the thing. If you know their schedule and how they operate they time.
You can play it up over here. You can play it up over here. I know we can't do like 30-second breaks anymore, y'all, because we don't got the thing.
Yeah, we ain't got the things. We can't take a 30-minute break. It's normally like that. We get to like a 30-second break.
I'll stop the TV quality once we get out.
You can hit the little thing and say 30-second break.
We're supposed to be took a 30-second break and come back and regroup. But
Oh.
since everything is straight,
We supposed to took about like $3 already
It's all right though.
to get out of
That
there.
every great show has its complications.
I think it was good that we still got it going instead of postponing because tonight's natural and all that. So y'all get our real naturalness. I mean, every show is natural, but you have time to regroup ourselves, fix our things.
Things are not always perfect.
So I miss all the big friend talk.
Oh no, we're not. Okay, let me finish before we even start before you start off. But like I was saying, so you have those times where you need that fake friend to answer. One, you need to tell the darn truth, and we both need to push each other and accept each other for what we do. Right. And then you got 3. You want what's best for each other, which is so true. I want what's better for him, because he's soon gonna take off one day.
Is that what it is?
Very soon.
So speaking of other friends, what would you consider a fake friend?
Oh, I don't have any of those.
Do you have friends?
I have one friend. I have a best friend.
Okay.
That main friend
My best friend.
that you call up right now. What's up?
Best friend.
Best friend.
It's the best
Yeah,
friend.
I have one, literally, my best friend. It's like he's like everything. Like I said, we've been friends for 15 years.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a friend. Y'all done been through everything.
You know,
Everything together.
No, everything.
so our friendship.
Where your web out?
Where you at?
What's your location?
Well, we share our location. I can probably see exactly where he's at right this
I
second.
thought I was the only friend who did that.
Well, I think-
all my best friends share our location.
I think that's
So
important.
it's like I said, our friendship hit different. I guess you'd always say. We like even he's been like he lived in St. Louis and I was here. He would fly down once a month. We would spend the weekend together. When I had surgery the first time, when I first got my first set of implants, he flew down, stayed with me for the first whole week that I was out. Make sure I had everything. Like that is hard to truly find.
Right.
And I'm very particular on who I allow in my circle.
You have to be.
So I just can't call everyone a friend, everyone an acquaintance and things like that.
Right.
If I call you my friend, my brother, my sister, whoever, I cherish my friendship.
Yeah.
Very, very,
Yes.
very seriously.
Right.
Even like to the point where I almost turned down a job because like this, it was working with my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend was my boss, and that's what
And
I
those
was like.
bring issues.
And but the thing about it is, we always
Do you think so?
we always
No,
we always separated work life and our personal life outside of work. I always, like I said, that's all I said. I can care less about the job. I care more about our friendship than anything.
Exactly.
And I would hate for a job to come in between that.
See,
Go ahead.
I was just, you spoke on something real heavy about that because I could have, job I'm at now, I like it or whatever, but the job that I was working at before here, I could have, moved myself up, but it was so many competitions, like my aunties, my cousins, And I was like, everybody fussing about this one particular spot, but I just rather just be removed from the area, so I'm not even dealing. I'm drama free. Like I go to work, be happy I go to work.
But be a home manager, and I'm under that, but I'm still living it up.
See, you can have certain friends that you can work with. Someone you can't. Like when I was when I worked for the Department of Corrections, I've always been in a management role, and as a sergeant, like I would have people who I was cool with as officers, and I done got promoted. And when I'm in my boss type moment, I'm a different person.
Hello.
Like I believe in policy, I believe in doing the job right, and I just believe in right. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people they would. It's friends.
But that's what people confuse it. If those is always the friend though, y'all can't confuse it.
Right.
When y'all go to work, it's business. Y'all both supposed to be on the business.
But see, I'd rather not. The only friend that I ever worked with, and I can say that. We could work together. We'll call off together. We'll everything. Like,
girl, you want to call off today?
Girl, let's go get some drinks.
You know, my best friend wants to get in the same industry that I'm in. He said, well, you should hire me. I said, you're not going to listen.
Yeah, right.
You're not going to listen. I already can see it now. Me telling you what you're looking like I'm crazy. Now,
she started doing that at first. Then I was like, sis, listen, I'm your sergeant, you're my officer, baby. This is all we gotta do. She's like, oh girl, please. And she'll go do exactly what I just asked her to do. I was like, was that so hard? Like you didn't have to do all that, but I mean it worked for us.
So what would you consider a fake friend? You gotta break it out.
I'm kinda like Alicia with that. I don't have those problems because I put people in categories. I get you the way you
operate in my life is the way I'm going to categorize.
Exactly. That's how I look at it. And I actually have a couple of people who I just recently put in that category that I love you, but I love you from a distance. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I have probably, it's a lot, probably about 4 or 5 real good friends. And I consider them family. Like Ricardo, he's definitely one. And it's I'm talking about how we got close or whatever like that later. Then I have Brandon, then I have Sierra, Chris, and my friend Dominique, who's a straight man, married and everything, but he's treating me like little son. I'm bigger than him. He treats me like little son, like will go crazy about me because he loves me that much. And those are my closest friends. Everybody else who comes along, I can categorize you as family, but I make it to where I know I can go with you to where we won't have an issue. Like for us, for instance, we call each other dad and son or whatever like that. I know I can call you for certain things, and I know I can't call you for certain things. And that shit is it's not being funny towards anybody. It's just like that's where you fit in my life. I love you the same, but that's where you fit in my life. So. It's just, whenever people show me who they are, I believe them the first time, and I don't take second chances.
I'm the friend, or I'm that person to try to allow you to redeem yourself. Because I understand that everyone's not going to fit into what you think they should be.
Yeah.
So if someone disappoints me or they in that aspect, like, okay, well, maybe just this one time. Let me see how it progressed after I tell you, hey, I don't like this, and this. Or I expect you to do this and this. And if you constantly keep doing the same thing over and over and over again.
Tell me how many times has that worked out?
Right.
This is a lot. That's something that my mama taught me a long time ago. When a person shows you actually, to be honest with you, it was a lady who backstabbed me that taught me that. Mm-hmm. When a person shows you who they are, believe them the very first time. You ain't got to cut them off. You ain't got to, just like, oh, you just blocked out of my life. No, I'm just going to treat you accordingly. I'm going to treat you accordingly. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's another reason why in 2021, I tell people I'm matching energies. So
That's it.
I'm
That's
giving
it.
you what you give me.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't like when I give them. I'm like,
I struggle with that though.
like I'm just matching energies now. So
That's how you gotta be.
That's exactly.
No, but I'm
Never
a very weird person with the energy thing because I hate like when you start acting weird around me, I question you on like why are you acting weird? What's going on?
Right.
Because we don't ever do this.
Right.
Girl, you doing a big step right now. What's going on?
Right.
You gonna have to let me in on what you're doing so I can come comfort with that.
Right.
Because if you just out of nowhere, one day we do this, like we probably been doing this for some years, and then one day you just want to take a big step and do some weird shit. Hold on, what you doing? I didn't see this.
But just tell us, about 15 seconds, what was that about? Like,
Which one?
oh my.
The one you cried in?
Huh?
Is it?
Nah, I remember
when
what you
he
said.
cried in.
We gonna get into some good topics. Let me see.
Girl, I ain't gonna cry.
The one I was gonna
Who said I wasn't gonna cry?
I ain't gonna cry. Girl, this
Oh, the story. Okay.
about the spin and stuff.
So the story that I put up was basically talking about the Gucci products and all this stuff, and your bank account is not matching what you spend.
That's exactly what you said.
I'm big on. I'm not trying to wear brands. I'm trying to be a brand. So my thing, and Nikki, to be honest with you, she taught that very well. It's a song she did with Chance the Rapper, who I love, by the way. It's called Zanies and Fools.
Yeah, I love it.
And it's kind of the background of Cinderella and stuff like that. And in the song, she says a bar that says, I was rocking with Fendi now Fendi knows I'm a brand. And the thing is, I like nice stuff. I like this and stuff. But one thing about it, my bank account don't match those labels I'm wearing. I'm not finna buy those labels, baby. I would go to Walmart and get me a $4 shirt, dress it up with probably a $16 pair of jeans, and some $80 shoes and call it a day and look like I got all the money in the world. To be honest with you,
it's really not how you dress down.
Exactly. If we match me from head to toe right now, this right here came out of Perimeter Mall. This shirt, this hat was about $10. I bought today. This shirt, where did I get the shirt from?
Of course.
It was in the Michael Kors section. I spent $1 on this shirt. I actually cut them myself. They came from Walmart. They were like $10. By the way she sits and the way she presents herself in her outfit is the fact is that everything that she wears matches what she stands by. You know what I'm saying? She's not one of the, and I can just by her energy, I can tell that she's not the type of person to say, okay, I got this, I got that, I'm this, I'm that. She's not that person. The person who does that stuff, you want me to be seen? Oh, I got Balenciaga.
They don't have a pot
They don't have a pot to piss in or window door. I can tell that she has all this stuff.
Well, listen, you guys, we're gonna finish up these wonderful topics next show. Listen,
I like that though, especially with labels. It's like I always say, if I can't go in your closet and see all the shit you have on the Instagram, baby,
right?
It does not belong.
It don't belong to you, baby. It's
Why you wearing your hand? Why you wearing your little cousin hand?
It's called I'm gonna get it today and take it back tomorrow.
Right, that's what it's called.
The first Friday.
What is tag?
It's the first Friday girls.
Right.
They have to take the tag off and then they re-tag it and take it back.
It's the first Friday girl, and that's something that I just cannot.
Is it something that y'all want to say at the end? Follow y'all social medias or?
You know me.
Well, I'm Black, of course, BLAQ. Follow me on Instagram at THEE_BLAQ_official. Actually, on all platforms, you can follow me there. I got some new work coming. I have a skincare line getting ready to drop next month. So K3, make sure you follow K3 by Black on Instagram. You can go to my page and find that. And make sure y'all get y'all some products. Get into the skin.
Yes, I'm trying to get my skin together. Well, y'all already know it's your host for She Dog, King Dog for real.
That's Maybelline.
Cause she very much give out hot. Yeah, you see her. Yeah, I mean.
Alicia, what would you like to be? Now, Alicia don't get into social media, but what would you like to be?
She
now?
fat.
I mean, you can follow me at Alicia Jackson on everything: Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat.
Follow my girl. Her. Period.
Follow. And y'all, once again, this is the Let's Talk Show. We care, we listen, and we try our best to help you guys. Peace.
And you know who I am. Yeah.
Bye.
Some guy. Yeah, me.
Yeah.